A very good morning to one and all present here. With immense pride and joy, the Department of MCA welcomes you all to the graduation day ceremony.
Today marks a milestone. Years of learning, growth, hard work, and unforgettable memories. Graduates, this is your day, and we are delighted to celebrate your achievements. Let us begin this auspicious occasion with divine blessings. I invite Trupti and team to present the invocation song. हमें दीन दाता अविश्वास कमजोर होना शक्ति हमें दे न दाता अविश्वास कमजोर होना हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे रहो ना ये हमें दे न दाता अविश्वास कमजोर होना अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे हर बुराई से बचते रहे हम जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी खैर हो ना किसी का किसी से ना मन में बदले हो ना हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे रहो ना कि हमें दे न दाता अविश्वास कमजोर होना हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण फूल खुशियों की बाटे सभी को सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन अपनी करुणा का जल बहा के पावन हर एक मन का को हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हम रहो ना कि हमें दे न दाता अविश्वास कमजोर हो न दाता अविश्वास कमजोर हो ना
Thank you for the soulful rendition. Now I take great pleasure in inviting our respected head of the department, Dr. Jayashree Madalgi ma'am, to deliver the welcome address.
Dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, my dear colleagues, proud parents, and above all, the illustrious class of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all. It is my pleasure to welcome the chief guest of today's function, who is a distinguished alumni of batch 1999 2002. That is our very first batch of MCA passing out batch. Mr. Anand Gangur, Senior Manager, Cognitive Architect, T-Tech, Bangalore. We feel privileged to have such successful alumni for this occasion. Anand Gangur will be delivering today an expert talk on AI for development opportunities and its impact at 2 p.m. for our current students because he is into the agentic AI domain. I'm very happy that we have a such alumni with us today. I would like to welcome Dean Infra and Planning, Dr. Vikas Gingini, to this graduation ceremony. Further, I extend warm welcome to all the deans, section heads, and my colleagues to this function. With immense admiration and affection, I welcome all the parents who made the effort to join this ceremony. We all have gathered here today on the occasion of Graduation Day. Welcoming people is part of our Indian culture, which is followed for the centuries. We maintain this custom and welcome to this momentous occasion the graduates of class 2025. A special mention about this batch, which I want to make it, I don't want to miss it. This batch, which is 2025 batch, passing out batch, has immensely contributed for the Silver Jubilee event Rajatotsava, which we celebrated on 28th December 2024. To mention few, the registration video by Kedar Maitre and his team, invitation design by Varun Revankar and his team, the beautiful campus decorations. I cannot take the names. There are some 25 team was there of students, maybe 25 to 30, who have, it was the installations where, still I remember it was, beautiful campus decorations during our Silver Jubilee celebration. The event organization in the evening, the great, alumni meet, which we had, the grand alumni meet at Sankam Hotel, the events were organized by this batch, which was very memorable. The congratulations to all you for your well-deserved success and best wishes for your new big. Little, I have some things more for you, which I wish to tell today. So I'm going to talk about, the success which demands the six things. The first is the hard work. So don't believe in luck, believe in hard work. That is the first. Second is patience. If you're losing the patience, then you are losing the battle almost. First, nothing happens. Then it happens slowly and suddenly, all at once. Most of the people give up at the first stage. Third is sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want becomes the sacrifice. Fourth is consistency. The consistency is what transforms the average into excellence. Without consistency, you will never achieve the greater success. The next is discipline. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. The last is self confidence, which is more important. The confidence is I will be fine if they don't like me. There will be always someone judging you for who you are and what you want from the life. So I want to conclude saying be focused. Hard work is the real key to success. Keep your eyes on the goal and just keep taking the small step towards it. Once again, I heartily welcome one and all present here for this graduation day ceremony.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm words. We now proceed to mark the ceremonial beginning of this event through the lighting of the lamp, symbolizing the removal of darkness and the spreading of knowledge. We request our dignitaries to kindly join us for the lamp lighting ceremony.
Thank you, all the dignitaries. Every celebration becomes more inspirational when graced by distinguished personalities. It's now time to introduce our esteemed chief guest for the day, Mr. Anand Gangur. I request Professor Swaruprani ma'am to introduce our chief guest.
Namaskar and a very good morning to one and all present. It is indeed a great privilege for me to introduce our esteemed chief for this graduation day. Before I speak about his achievements, let me share something special about his connection with our campus, a connection that all of you, especially our MCA graduates, will truly appreciate. Students, you can proudly say that today's chief guest is your super senior, actually, even my super senior, because he comes from the very first MCA batch of our college. Mr. Anand Gangur is an accomplished technology leader with more than 20 years of experience in software and product engineering. He has worked across many powerful technology areas such as architecture, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and product development. He has a strong and proven track record of building large scale enterprise applications, especially in B2B e commerce, quote to cash systems, and contact center technology. He is currently leading the India product engineering team at TTEC Digital, delivering world class technology products used by global clients. Mr. Anand is also an innovator. He has developed a patented AI orchestration tool and a CCAI connector in partnership with Google, which is a remarkable achievement for any technologist. His expertise spans generative AI, natural language understanding, cloud platforms, and complete product lifecycle management. Beyond his technical skills, he is deeply passionate about mentoring people, driving innovation, and using technology to create real business impact. Today, we are fortunate to have him with us to share his journey, wisdom, and inspiration with our graduating MCA batch of 2023-25. Ladies and gentlemen, and my dear students, please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Anand Gangur, our distinguished chief. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful introduction. To express our gratitude, I invite the student volunteers to offer a floral welcome to dignitaries on the dais.
The true highlight of today is the wisdom shared by those who inspire us. With great respect, I invite our chief guest, Mr. Anand Gangur, to address the gathering.
Morning, everyone. Am I audible? I'd like to thank Jayshree Madam for inviting me over here and Rupa as well. It's homecoming for me. I've been studying here the year 99 to 2002. A lot of things have changed. The time I've graduated from here. Uh, Also, uh, wish very well to administrator, uh, Nazare sir, dignitaries on the of the dais as well. It is good to come here and meet people in person. Um, and most importantly, the proud parents of all of you who are graduating here and also the people who are graduating here. Uh, it's a privilege for me to be here on this wonderful occasion. And I think today marks the completion of all of you in graduating from your MCA. And then it becomes a most important one for you as well, that you are entering into more challenging adventures, probably, I would say. Because if you all see, I'd like to make it a little interactive and ask you a few questions. How do you plan to take yourself forward? How are you planning for your journey from today here? Anyone would like to share? Because I have one that I've gone through in 2002, pretty much similar times as you are all now, right? It was a very lean period for IT in 2002. There were no job openings, right? And pretty much the same now. So anyone who has already thought of how would you like to plan your journey? Anything is fine. I just want anyone to stand up and talk, or you can come here and talk with me. No, no plans. So do you think it's easy out? Everything it's hunky dory out there, as you're past now, the company is waiting to welcome you all. Is that the case? No? Okay. I think you all know there's a lot of downside in the industry. It was similar in 2002. The dot-com burst had happened, and all of the companies had stopped spending, recruiting, and they were all focused on sustenance. How do I sustain my business versus should I invest in growing my business? So the decisions that were made from 2000 till about 2003, 2004 was more on sustenance. And similar to the period right now, right? Now there is a lot of AI disruption that is happening, technological changes that are happening. Geopolitical is more impacting today than I think it was in 2002, right? So the market today is not that great. But does that mean that you don't have anything to do? Does that mean there is no opportunity out there? Anyone who feels there is no opportunity outside in the market? Or you feel there is a lot of opportunity, or you need to approach it in a different way? Should I walk down and talk to you guys? Right? So the journey is going to be tough, right? And I already said that patience is important, right? So in my batch, we were about 35 who passed, none got a campus selected. Zero campus selection when we passed. Okay. So what did we do? We all, roughly 10 of us, went to Bangalore and then prepared our profile. It's just a one-page profile. There's much to talk about. There's not much to talk about, right? We did our MCA in Gogte Institute of Technology, right? And then we walked around, we identified hubs where we should go around and looking out for companies. We walked around all the companies with a profile gave and then said we are looking for job, pretty much. And then connection was very strong. All of us used to send a message, hey, there is a recruitment happening somewhere. We went to Oracle, and there were roughly about 35,000 people trying to get in for an interview. Okay. On that day, we went and stood in the queue at 8 a.m. in the morning and then did go through the interview process. By the time we came out, it was 6 p.m. in the evening. And then the next round was at 9 p.m., 9 p.m. in the evening. Okay. We went to that second round. Out of the 10, three of us got to the second round, and then we did not make it beyond second round. Okay. So, but in 2 years, it took 2 years for all of us, all 35 of us, to keep learning, keep understanding what it takes to get into an engineering profile. And in 2 years, all of us were into a job. And today, almost all the 35 of us, I'm well in touch with them, and we are all well placed. Okay. And we are all in the IT world. So that's one of the key messages. Plan your journey, and you need to be patient, and you need to skill yourself what is required right now. Okay. I'm pretty sure with the guidance of Jayashree ma'am, Nazre sir, Swarupa ma'am, Emmy sir here, right? You are all well set with the foundations, right? And I really want you to give a big round of applause to all your teachers. Another important aspect, there is a saying today that AI is reducing jobs. So, how many of you believe AI is reducing jobs? Okay. What's your good name? Trinity. Okay. Anyone else who, thanks, Srinidhi. I think you're the one who stood out here to at least raise your hand and say AI is taking away our jobs. Anyone else feels AI is taking away our jobs? There's a short hand raised, right? Just a half hand. Yeah. What's your name? Abu. Okay. Why do you think so? We don't have enough skill set. We didn't, I mean, none of us have, even I don't have today, right? What I learned through my 20 plus years, it's probably not relevant today, right? Right? Because technology has changed multiple folds as we stand today. And the way we do our work, especially 6 months before and to 6 months now, there is a huge change, right? Okay, only two fields AI is impacting the job market out of all 180, 180, yeah, 120. That's a positive sign. So there are still 118 people who think AI is not taking away your job, right? It is not. Okay, AI is not here. Abu and I'm sorry, Srinidhi, right? Right. Okay, Abu and Srinidhi, AI is not here to take away your job. It is here to help you do the job better and efficiently. But if you think it is gonna take away your job, it will if you're not going to embrace the change, right? You think I'll do everything without AI in today's generation, it's not going to work. I'll tell you the reasons why. Okay. Today, co-pilots are doing most of what a software engineer does. It's getting the designs done. It's building your design interactive HTMLs. It's doing your code. It's reading the stories out of Jira or any other equivalent system and giving you the templates out back as an outcome. It also adds unit tests and ensures its code coverage is greater than 90% by default. But it does not ensure that it works the way requirement is given. There is a human that is needed to ensure it's doing what the requirement is meant to be done. Okay. How many of you have used copilots? Trinity has used, Abu has, there's a lot more hands coming out now. Okay. What's your experience? What did you use it for? Anyone who would like to share for what we used Copilot? How did it help? It did not help. It did not give what is expected. I can walk down as well to discuss if there is no. Roughly 20 people raised their hands, I think, who said who have used Which Copilot have you used? GitHub, Source Graph, Microsoft. There is one from, I think, Codex from Google. Okay. So give it a try. Prepare your own requirement today after you go back and give it an use case and see what they're all almost free. Source graph is free. You can go and try it with your, just register with your email. Okay. You all have used Visual Studio Code, right? So with Visual Studio Code, you add a source graph widget. There is a toggle that it gives, paid versus free. Toggle it to free. Okay. Give it your project that you want to do. Or if you already have a source code, tell it to scan. It'll give you a class diagram of what the code is. It'll also give you the flow chart of how the events are coming in and how the events are going out. Okay. So experiment it with what already you have. And then you can try building what you want with source graph. It's absolutely free. Copilot, GitHub Copilot is not free. Microsoft is not free. Probably will have to add a credit card, but source graph is free. So you will all do that today. Try it out. Okay. So the other point that I would like to emphasize is uh, you should look to build a career and not just look it as a job right now. Okay. When I passed out from here, we were all looking out for a job, something that gives me some money, right, to start with, and end my dependency with my parents. Uh, but the dependency with parents is not going to end at any point in time. Okay, they still take care of us. So I would like to give a big round of applause to all the parents here who have put you in to this institute, and and now you need three primary skills to be a good software engineer. Okay, and there is a fourth one that is needed today. I'll talk about it. The first one is technical excellence. Okay, which you already are equipped with by getting through your MCA curriculum, right? So you have the foundations. Now you need to ensure that you're very good in those foundations and you spend time to go further down and understand how things work in the real underlying capabilities. Like if how many of you have used Java? 3 or 4, 5, okay, 6, okay. So whenever now these days you have, I think Spring has a lot many frameworks that has come on Java. There is a variant with Flux, which is pretty much similar to Node. It's not a, it is Java, but not a Java flavor. It works similar to Node. So you try that out and try and understand how your class is getting compiled, how the JVM is handling it, how your garbage collector works, and how your heap map decreases and increases based on what type of objects you store. This is a good example you can try out using source graph. Can you trace, and you trace things down, where is your object, how much memory it is taking, and how many threads are running in your program right now. There will be threads which are taking care of the OS part through your JVM, right? And there are threads that you generate out of your programs that will be working on. If you put a trace of that, you'll understand how they are all interacting with your underlying system. Okay. So when I say go into depth, I am urging you to, if you are using Node, then the event loops, how does it work asynchronously in the background, right? You need to spend that time to understand how it's actually doing, how it's giving you that IO speed that any other language is not giving you, right? Now today Go has come. I have not done Go. I believe Go is even 3 times faster than what Node can work out of. If- So I haven't explored it yet, but I'll explore sometime because that's very much needed in the industry. But what I'm trying to say is Once you put your foundation, just not with the foundation that has been taught in the college, but the foundation that you invest your time to understand how things work, how systems work. You look at something probably and understand how it works. Have you seen IRCTC? Right? Do you know how many hits it takes at 10 a.m. in the morning when there is a Tatkal reservation? Right? How does it handle it? Does the system go down saying, I'm sorry, I can't cater you? It used to be, right? When you try to do the Tatkal booking, it just rotates and then you are not able to go in, probably when they introduced it, but not now, right? It is pretty seamless. Have you thought through how it works? Does the code does it? Is it the code that makes it run that way? Or is it the infrastructure that makes it run that way? What do you think makes it work seamless? Is it the architecture that was designed? It is catering to anyone? No answer is wrong. You can talk anything. And you and I used to be very quiet when I passed out. Anyone, Srinidhi? I count on you to talk. Abu, infrastructure. Okay. Okay. Yes, it plays an important role. Now, what if you put a PHP on top of that infrastructure? How much would you need versus if you put a node on that infrastructure, how much would you need? How much would you need if you put a .NET on top of it? How much if you need if you put a Java on top of it? Right? See, everything today is cost, right? If you need that scale, you need to use a technology that can help you serve with the cost that is manageable, right? If the IRCTC work with a PHP code and tries to deploy an infrastructure, probably they'll be spending millions in keeping it working. If they use Go or Node or a .NET, there is a .NET Reactive that has come these days, right? Which work asynchronously, their infrastructure costs are going to go down by 50%, right? It's not just infrastructure, it's a teamwork. So, what I'm trying to emphasize here through this is you will not deliver an entire solution alone. You will be doing a part of it, but there are a lot of other people who are doing little parts to add on to the entire solution. And if you're not coordinating well, then you will be missing out in understanding how the whole thing works, and you'll not be able to gain any knowledge out of it. Let's say you take a task. Somebody has asked me to write a form which basically says add passengers. I just have to do add passengers. You don't realize that it is helping when I'm trying to book. I can select those passengers. Then you'll not be able to articulate yourself well when somebody asks you what you have done in 2 years, right? The first 2 years when you work somewhere and then you want to change your job, you get into the second interview and then basically they'll say what you have done in your 2 years. If you go back and say there was only one form that they were given to me, they did not give any opportunity for me to develop, they'll not select you, right? So, uh, second one is leadership. First skill is technical to be a very good software engineer. Second one is leadership. I'll rush through because I think it's taken more time. Second one is leadership. Can anyone tell me what is leadership? Is there a mic? I'll walk down. Important to understand what is leadership. Can you? Right? You have seen cricket. How many of you follow cricket? Right? Are all 11 leaders? No? Only the captain is the leader? Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? No. Right? So, and everyone plays the leadership role at all of their levels. It is important that you understand what you are doing, and if you are able to do it well and communicate back that I have a problem or I have a question or I'm not able to do it, right? It's also part of leadership. Okay. So imagine two batsmen playing and they are not coordinating well. One person, you would have seen one person motivates and tells the other how they should handle that situation, right? Even the batsman who's playing has to play to the merit of the ball. He thinks like Rishabh Pant, he can do whatever he wants, and he's gonna fail, right? Right? So it's about understanding what you have, right? And how do you respond to it? You communicate about it, and how you are accountable for it. It could be just simple as Praveen got me. Where is Praveen? Hi, Praveen. So Praveen got me from my restaurant, my hotel, to here, right? He was there right at the time. That's leadership. Imagine Praveen had not come there, right? And I had to wait, right? He doesn't show that example, right? So committing to what you want to do and being accountable for what you're doing and communicating exactly what's going on. Because sometimes what happens is there are certain tasks your parents would know. How many of you have not done what your parents have asked to do, right? And your parents have to follow up with you multiple times saying, did you do that? Right? That's not leadership, right? So your parents don't know what you're doing. They would have asked you to get something. You did not keep that accountability because it was not on your priority list, right? Your priority list is probably going along to play football in the evening at 4 o'clock or going to a movie with your friends, right? So leadership, again, it's not just one person who has a gang of people associated with him. It's everyone has to be a leader, stand up to do what they are entitled to do. Is that clear? Is that clear? Any questions on that? The third one, which is most important one, which 80% of the software engineers today are lacking, is business acumen. Okay. Everybody does what they are asked to do and don't understand why have been we asked to do that particular task at hand, right? They asked me to basically add a passenger, I added it. Now where is it going to be used, how it's going to help an end user, how it's going to basically help, we don't know, right? I have been through a use case like that and I felt very terrible. We built an e-commerce site for accepting donations in the US. It's a very good NGO, okay? And their yearly collections of donations for the needy were about roughly 10 million, okay? We re-architected that. And then that year, we found out that the collections dropped 50%. Not because the system is bad. System was well designed. It has very, very good user interfaces. But what we realized after a year is most of the donations were done by people who are 60 and above. And for people who are 60 and above, if you give them a very cool UI, which does auto filters, which has acronyms or whatever, accordions or whatnot, they don't know how to use the system. For them, it has to be very simple. Select whom they want to donate, click, pay, right? They don't know even how to search. That's what we realized. And if we had not done that, if we had done the homework of understanding who is the target audience, then 50% of the people would have not been deprived of their donations that year. That's a very hard learning. Since then on, I ensure that to understand who is the targeted user and how they're going to use it, and then design what is required for them instead of just today I have seen a very cool technology that is very, very good. I'll apply it in my project. If I do that, your business is gonna have a lot of problems. Is that clear? Okay. I think uh, I know I am out of time already. So what I would like to convey is you are at a stage where you're all ready to explore your future, put the right steps. The most important aspect I would like to tell today with AI coming in is I request you all to be ethical, honest. These are the two important characteristics that are needed today because there are a lot of deep fakes and there are a lot of images which are not true generated through AI. Okay. And if we as a community not work towards ensuring that we keep it in our mind that we have to be ethical at this point in time, because I'm pretty sure a few of you, there will be a requirement in this industry who will come and ask you to do something which would not be right. And I request you to say, I'll not do it. Okay. It is very important. So, ethical and honesty as part of your characteristics, along with the three skills that I thought. I hope you'll all imbibe and you'll all be successful in your journey. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enriching and motivational words. I now request our HOD, Dr. Jayashree Madalgi ma'am, to present the memento to our chief guest as a token of appreciation. Thank you, ma'am.
And now comes the proudest moment, the moment every graduate has been waiting for. We begin the provisional degree certificate distribution ceremony. We hand over the stage to Sriraj, Sakshi, and Alice.
The journey of MCA has now come to an end. With the sweet memory of college in mind, we have finally reached the destination, and today have been awarded with the fruit of our hard work. Let us now begin with the distribution of the provisional degree certificate. I request the graduates to proceed from the right and leave from the left. I would like to request our chief guest, Mr. Anand Gangur, to come forward to do the honors. Let us give a round of applause to our graduates. Starting off with Nikita Ugare in absentia, Akash Hugar, Prathamesh Benake in absentia, Jidnyasa Patil in absentia, Shubham Patil in absentia, Abhishek Madiwar. Adarsh Patan Shetty, Adil Madagavi, Aditya Malani, Aishwarya Mahindrakar, Akash Nagoji, Akshay Badavannavar, Amisha Tarihalkar, Amruta Patil, Aniket Patil, Anmol Moglai, Anusha Shiraguri, Anushka Sangpal, Arun Bendigeri, Dia Arvade, in absentia. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Vikas Gingine, Dean Infrastructure and Planning, to do the honors. Asha Patil, Asha Kamble, Atharva Lokapur, Disha Bogan, Chaitra Kankanmeli, Chaitra Morab, Chaitra Kulkarni, Chaitrali Bhandarkar, Tanashri Korde, Divya Kamte, in absentia, Divyashri Channu, Faraz Khan Jamadar, Gautam Kukadolkar, in absentia, Girish Reddy, in absentia, Harish Vittalkar, Harshita Mohta, Ishwar Obi, Pratham Kamat, Kavya Patil, Kedar Maitre, Thank you, sir. I now hand over the mic to Sakshi.
Thank you, Alice. I now request our HOD, Dr. Jayashree Manalgi ma'am, to do the honors. I request everyone to keep applauding Kirti Patil. Kirti Shapurkar, Komal Gaude, Lakshmi Barkar, Lakshmi Naik, Leah Swami, Leeladhar Revankar, Mahesh, मानसी वेर्नेकर, Mandar Patil. I request everyone to keep applauding. Maruti Balekundri, Megha Kare, Mihir Bondre, Neha Sari, Neha Naik, in absentia, Niharika Sakadev, in absentia, Nikhil Mahendrakar, Nikita Kunachi, Nikita Agarwal, Nivedita, thank you, ma'am. I cordially invite Dr. Shweta Gowder, ma'am, Dean IRTC, to do the honors. Nooran Pancham, Om Pratham Sonar, in absentia, Parshuram Shinde, Viprita Chaugule, in absentia, Pradeep Shirvarkar, Prajwal Alayan Navar, Prajwal Khawat Kop, in absentia, Pramod Pujari, Pratiksha Saudi, Preeti Mutkekar, Prerna Joshi. Priyanka Gattihari. Priyanka Kesarkar. In absentia. Rajiv Ranjan. Rakshita Holayan Navar. Reshma Vernekar. Rutuja Kharde. Sahana Golbhavi. Samyak Gattat. Samyak Kusnare. In absentia. Thank you, ma'am. I now hand over the mic to Shiraj.
Thank you, Sakshi. Now I request Dr. Piyush Bhartakur sir to the honors. I request everyone to keep applauding. Samruddhi Jadhav. Sana Makandar. Tanika Pise. I request everyone to keep applauding. Sayyed Kadri. Shifali Kamble. Shiv Prasad Patil. Keep cheering. Srinidhi Eri. Srinivasini Katti. Videj Savan. Shruti Mirze.
Shruti Jirge, Shubhangi Patil, guys keep cheering for your friends. Shweta Gume, Simran Fernandez, Neha Melke, Someshwari Patil, Sridhar KS, Suhas Madiwala, Sunidhi Deshpande, Supriya Kamble, thank you, sir. I now request Professor MS Emisor to do the honors. And I request everyone to please keep applauding. Suraj Jangavalli, Sushant Patil, Sushmita Bogur, Swapnil Mohiti, Swapnil, Swapnil Hebbarkar, Swati Patil, Tirtha Prasad Aksarat, in absentia, Tushar Patil, Vaishnavi Patil, Vaishnavi Parmekar. I request everyone to please keep applauding. Vaishnavi Netarkar. Vaishnavi Belgunkar. Valencia Vegas. Vanita Shinde. Varun Patil. Varun Revankar. Virendra Kumar Kohli. In absentia. Vijaya Nagwajiche. Vishwanath Chinnivar. Rushali Patil. In absentia. Thank you, sir. Here we conclude our PDC distribution ceremony, and I thank all the dignitaries for doing the honors. I now hand over the mic to Sakshi.
Excellence is not a coincidence. It is a result of hard work and discipline. Now we felicitate the students who have excelled in their academics. I request Dr. Vikas Gingine, Dean Infrastructure and Planning, to do the honors. Toppers of the first year MCA 2024-25. Third place, Pranali Zadav. I request everyone to keep applauding. Second place, Sahana Udikeri. First place, Pranali Patil. Toppers of the second year MCA 2024-25. Third place, Dhanashi Korde. Second place, Nooren Pancham. First place, Niharika Sakadev, in absentia. Thank you, sir. I now hand over the mic to Alice.
Now we are here to recognize some extraordinary achievements by awarding the projects that stood out panel wise. I request our chief guest, Mr. Anand Gangur, to do the honors. Panel 1, under the guidance of Dr. Jayashree Madalgi Ma'am, Ms. Niharika Sakadev, with project title Healthcare Data Vault in absentia. Panel 2, under the guidance of Professor Rishikesh Mogre, Mr. Girish S. Reddy, with project title Lab Genie, Laboratronics, User Management and System Configuration in absentia. Panel 3, under the guidance of Professor Abhishek Nazare, Ms. Noorin A. Pancham, with project title IntelliMock AI Mock Interview. Please give a round of applause. Panel 4, under the guidance of Professor MSME, Ms. Sunidhi Deshpande, with project title Bookify.com. Panel 5, under the guidance of Professor Swaruprani Mannur, Mr. Nikhil Mahindrakar, with project title Lab Genie Partner Management Module. Please keep sharing. Please give a round of applause. Panel 5, under the guidance of Professor Pavan Mitra Gotri, Ms. Nikita Kunachi, with project title Lab Genie Content Management and Order Management. Panel 6, under the guidance of Professor Vijay Lakshmi Patil, Ms. Vishali Ravindra Patil, with project title DOPANET User Engagement for Educational Institutes. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. We have now reached the most awaited award of the day, the best boy and the best girl for the batch 2023-25. I request our HOD, Dr. Jayashree Madalgi ma'am, to do the honors. So let's begin with the best boy for the batch 2023-25. Any guesses? The best boy for the batch 2023-25 goes to Pradeep Shirvalkar. The best girl for the batch 2023-25 goes to Mansi Vernekar. Thank you, ma'am.
Sakshi, Alice, and Sriraj. I now invite Dr. Vikas Gingine, Dean Infrastructure and Planning, to deliver the presidential remark.
We all know that you are much interested in clicking pictures outside now. So taking very less time of yours. Uh, I would like to say that graduating is just the continuation of your academics. You'll keep continuing work in your projects, late night meetings, calls, client calls, assignments. So this is never ending. To be tough, keep working hard. The last and important thing I would like to tell you is while working, just keep these five gods in your mind. Just look at your right. The first and the second God is your mother and father. Always remember what efforts they have done for you. Third one is your teachers, gurus, mentors. Keep in touch with them. They'll always help you. Fourth one is your inner self. So be faithful to your inner self always. And the last one is your country. Make your country proud and give it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Every successful event is a collective effort. To express gratitude to everyone who contributed to today's ceremony, I invite Professor Abhishek Nazre sir to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon and namaskar to everyone. Well, it gives me an emotional touch also having this batch going out with Rajatotsav, what they have celebrated. It gives me a immense pleasure for proposing the word of thanks. What I would like to tell here is our students are really motivated and scared. I hope they reach your expectations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Anand Gangu sir, our chief guest, for providing such an insight how well you need to focus, what experience he has given. I hope you need to work out with that. Thank you once again. My heartfelt thanks to our principal management, our dean, Dr. Vikas sir, for making it here, and our beloved HOD ma'am, Dr. Jayashree Madalgi ma'am, for providing us constant support, and my colleagues. And to the parents, thank you for trusting us and surviving for a very important statement, project tensions, along with your boards and children. To our MCA graduates, we are truly proud of you. We have seen you fight bugs, fix errors, panic during vivas, cracking interviews. I do know that. Finally, emerging as a confident professionals. Today, seeing you walk across this stage feels like a code has executed successfully without errors. A warm thanks to the organizing team, volunteers, and technical staff for making the event smooth or looking at least smooth. Finally, thank you for all being here and making this day special. Dear graduates, as you step ahead, remember life may throw exceptions, but you already know how to handle them. Thank you and wish you all the bright future.
Thank you, sir. Now let us all rise for the national anthem.
तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे आहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे Jaya He, Jaya 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 He.
We request all the student and faculty to assemble for the batch group photo session near the library, which will be followed by lunch near the Xerox Center.